He was born into wealth, raised in comfort, but chose a path that brought fear to the world. This is the story of Osama bin Laden, the man who became a ghost, and how the world finally caught him. Welcome to the Chronicle Pulse, where we bring history to life, one powerful story at a time. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. And if you're already part of the Pulse, give this video a like and share your thoughts or story suggestions in the comments below. Let's begin. Osama bin Laden was born in 1957 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. His father was a billionaire who built roads and palaces for the Saudi royal family, and Osama grew up as one of more than 50 children, surrounded by wealth, status, and opportunity. Yet, while other children reveled in their privilege, Osama became deeply focused on religion. He was quiet, serious, and captivated by teachings that warned of Western influence invading the Muslim world. At university, he studied business. However, his true passion was ignited in lecture halls where radical Islamic scholars spoke of not only faith, but also of war and enemies. Their words planted the seeds of a belief that violence could be justified for a holy cause, a belief that would eventually shape his destiny. Everything changed when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan in 1979. Muslims around the world saw this as an attack on Islam, and Osama felt a powerful call to defend his faith. He traveled to Pakistan and joined the Afghan resistance. He wasn't merely a fighter on the battlefield, he also used his family's wealth to build training camps, supply weapons, and support fellow fighters. In doing so, he emerged as a powerful symbol, a wealthy man who chose the rugged life of battle over one of comfort. When the war ended in the late 1980s, Osama did not return to an ordinary life. Instead, he believed his next great enemy was the United States, especially after American soldiers were stationed in Saudi Arabia, a land he considered sacred. In 1988, he founded a new group called Al-Qaeda, which means the base, with one clear goal: to wage a relentless war against the West through acts of terror. Osama was more than an inspirational leader. He was a master planner. He built a secret network by setting up training camps and recruiting fighters from various countries. Using fake passports and secret routes, he moved his men across borders, equipping them with money, housing, and weapons. Behind closed doors, he issued detailed orders and crafted plans that would remain hidden until they struck with devastating precision. In 1998, Al-Qaeda operatives carried out coordinated attacks on U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. The attackers, trained by Osama's men, rented safe houses, constructed large bombs, and drove them right up to the embassy gates. These bombs exploded, killing over 200 people and injuring thousands, a demonstration that nowhere on Earth was immune to their reach. Osama later claimed responsibility, describing these attacks as revenge for U.S. actions in the Middle East. 2 years later, in 2000, a meticulously engineered attack targeted the USS Cole, a U.S. Navy ship docked in Yemen. In that incident, 2 suicide bombers approached the ship in a small boat filled with explosives. As the boat neared, it exploded, killing 17 American sailors. Every detail of that attack had been carefully orchestrated, from funding and training to the final execution, all under Osama's watchful eye. But the deadliest strike came on September 11, 2001. Working closely with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who devised the daring strategy, Osama approved the plan with steadfast resolve. He selected and trained hijackers, many of whom even spent time in the United States to learn how to fly. On that fateful morning, 4 planes were hijacked, 2 were flown into the Twin Towers in New York, 1 hit the Pentagon, and the 4th crashed in a field when heroic passengers intervened. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost that day, and the world was forever changed by the devastation. America was gripped by grief and anger, and Osama bin Laden quickly became the face of terror, the elusive phantom that the entire world was hunting. In response, the US launched the war on terror. Soldiers, allied forces, and sophisticated technology combed through Afghanistan, searching for al-Qaeda's leaders. In the rugged mountains of Tora Bora, the forces came perilously close to capturing him, but Osama evaded them and vanished. After that day, he became an enigma, leaving only fragmented video messages that taunted the West and deepened the mystery surrounding his whereabouts. Years passed, and opinions diverged. Some believed he had already died, others trusted he was hiding somewhere in Pakistan. Definitive proof remained elusive, shrouded in silence. Then, in 2010, US intelligence uncovered a critical clue. They tracked one of Osama's trusted couriers, a man so cautious he never used a phone, who led them to a peculiar house in Abbottabad, Pakistan. This house, with its high walls and austere design, stood out as a place of secrecy. Inside lived a single, reclusive figure almost never seen by anyone. After months of close surveillance, the CIA grew confident that their target was indeed inside. On May 2, 2011, just after midnight, 2 US helicopters flew low over Abbottabad. On board were 23 elite Navy SEALs specially trained for such missions. Despite a minor incident during landing, the team pressed on with unwavering determination. They stormed the house, methodically clearing room after room until, on the 3rd floor, they found him. Osama bin Laden stood in the shadows, unarmed and facing the inevitability of his fate. 2 shots, one to his chest and one to his head, silenced him forever. In an instant, the hunt that had defined an era came to its end. Within 40 minutes, the SEALs collected his body along with vital documents and computers and departed under the cover of night. The world soon learned the news: Osama bin Laden was dead. His body was later buried at sea, ensuring that no grave would become a shrine. His life ended in silence, but the echoes of his actions still shape the world we live in. From airports to headlines, from lost lives to lasting scars, Osama bin Laden changed history. But even the darkest figures fall, and when they do, the truth must be told. If you're drawn to stories that reveal the shadows behind the headlines, subscribe to the Chronicle Pulse, where the past isn't just remembered, it's brought to life. And if this story moved you even a little, support our journey by liking this video. Every like, every comment, and every subscription keeps the pulse beating. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and never stop learning. Because history doesn't sleep, and neither do we.